If we now open index.php and a config.php, which we'll find inside of the inc folder, we're going to start with the index. Before the require ones, we're going to type date default time zone set, and we're going to set it to whatever location you're in. In my case, it's going to be Europe/London. You can find the list of supported time zones if you go to http://manual/en/timezones.php, and then select simply the continent, and you'll see the list of all these available options here. Now, after the date default time zone set, what we're going to do is to go to our config.php and cut the if is set session start. We are not going to include this inside of the config. We're going to include it inside of our index.php. After this if is set, we're going to create a new constant. This one, I'm going to create a comment. 0 equals for production and 1 equals for development. So defined, and we're looking for environment constant. If it's not defined, so or define environment. I'm just going to copy this here, and we set it to development, which is obviously 1 here. What we're going to be using this later on for is to display any exceptions. If it's a live environment, then obviously don't display the full exception error, only display just a simple version of it so that the user doesn't see all the unnecessary code and so on. If it's a development, we obviously need a little bit more detailed feedback. So this is where obviously this constant will be used to determine which option should we choose. After this, we're going for the if statement. If now environment equals 1, if we're in a development, then what we're going to do, then if obviously should be lowercase. Then what we're going to do is simply set ini set display errors to on, and also error underscore reporting. We want to report all errors. So basically everything that we can get, we want to be displayed, basically all of the errors and so on. Now if it's production, so else statement ini set, actually let me copy all this, and we're going to set display errors to off, and then error reporting we're going to set to null, which is basically switching off the error reporting.